After the age of 60, just 5 muscle strengthening exercises may be enough to protect your bones, improve balance, and preserve your independence. Did you know that just a few simple movements performed daily can help keep your body strong and reduce pain while moving? Many people hear this kind of advice, but with more than 30 years of clinical experience treating older adults, I can say that this information is often incomplete. And in many cases, this is exactly what leads so many people to lose their independence slowly and silently over time. What really happens after the age of 60 is not simply getting weaker. There is a medical condition behind this process called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle mass, strength, and body function. It begins silently and almost imperceptibly. At first, many people do not notice the signs. However, by the time they reach their 70s, some may have already lost up to 30% of their muscle strength. And the effects do not stop there. Balance begins to decline, reaction time becomes slower, and simple movements such as standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, or walking for a few minutes start requiring much more effort. The most concerning part is that many people believe this is a normal part of aging and that nothing can be done about it. But that is not true. A study conducted by Harvard Medical School in 2018 showed that adults over the age of 60 who practiced regular strengthening exercises had a 40% lower risk of losing mobility and independence compared to those who did not train. And we are not talking about intense workouts or hours in the gym. We are talking about simple, safe movements performed consistently. Therefore, the real problem is not age itself. The problem is failing to stimulate the muscles in the right way. That is exactly where many traditional recommendations fall short. Many people are advised only to walk more, stay active, or do stretching exercises. Although these activities are important for overall health, they alone cannot prevent muscle loss, rebuild strength, or properly protect against falls. For that, something more specific is needed. Controlled strengthening exercises capable of working the muscles responsible for stability, posture, and functional independence. These are the muscles that allow you to walk safely, stand up without assistance, and maintain balance while performing simple everyday tasks. The good news is that this decline does not need to be permanent, and it is not something you should accept as inevitable. The human body continues to respond positively to proper movement even after the ages of 70 or 80. This is seen every day in people who regain strength, confidence, and stability through appropriate exercises. Many older adults who once felt weak, insecure, or afraid of falling are able to return to performing simple activities with much greater independence. And this does not happen through complicated routines, but rather through a few strategic and highly effective exercises. Today, you are going to learn about 5 of the most important exercises for strengthening the body after the age of 60. They were not chosen randomly. Each movement has a specific purpose and works on essential abilities that the body uses every day. And the most important exercise may not be the one you expect. We will talk about it later, because ignoring it may cause you to continue feeling weak even if you practice other exercises regularly. Before starting, there is something very important you need to understand. You do not need a gym, expensive equipment, or exhausting workouts. You also do not need to push your body beyond its limits. The secret is performing the movements correctly, respecting your own pace, and staying consistent. Small actions performed daily can bring enormous transformations over time. With patience and dedication, it is possible to improve muscle strength, regain balance, protect the joints, and achieve a better quality of life. Now, let's begin with the first exercise. Exercise number 1, single leg balance with support. This exercise is often avoided by many people because, at first, it can cause discomfort or insecurity. It is common to hear phrases such as, "I do not trust my balance." And precisely because of this fear, many people fail to train one of the most important abilities for preserving independence after the age of 60. But there is something fundamental you need to understand. Balance is not a skill that simply remains over time. Balance is something that needs to be trained constantly. The main muscles involved in this exercise are the gluteus medius, the quadriceps, and the small stabilizing muscles around the ankles. They all work together to keep the body steady while you remain supported on only one leg. Something that naturally happens every time we take a step while walking. In practice, every step is a brief moment of balancing on a single leg. Now, See what happens when this ability is not trained. The body starts reacting more slowly, the feeling of instability increases, and when balance is lost, it becomes much harder to correct the movement in time to avoid a fall. A study conducted by the University of Pittsburgh in 2015 showed that a reduced ability to balance on one leg was strongly associated with an increased risk of falls in older adults. This demonstrates how essential this function is for daily safety and independence. But the good news is that this balance can be trained in a simple and safe way. Here is how to perform the exercise correctly. Stand beside a sturdy chair and hold it with one hand for support. Keep your posture upright, your shoulders relaxed, and your gaze directed forward. Now slowly lift one foot just a few inches off the ground. Avoid leaning your body to the sides, and try to remain as stable as possible. Hold this position for about 10 to 15 seconds. Then slowly lower your foot and repeat on the other side. That counts as one round. Ideally, repeat the exercise 4 to 6 times for each leg, once a day. As you gain more confidence, you can gradually progress. Start by using your whole hand for support. Then try using only a light grip. Next, use only your fingertips. And eventually, when you feel completely safe, try performing the exercise without holding onto the chair. Specialists recommend this type of training because it teaches the body to recover balance quickly, exactly what prevents falls in real-life daily situations. Now, let's move on to the second exercise. Exercise number 2, side step with support. This exercise is often underestimated because many people believe that walking alone is enough to strengthen the legs and improve balance. However, walking by itself does not properly train the body's lateral control or strengthen side-to-side stability. The main muscle worked here is once again the gluteus medius, located on the side of the hip, along with the small stabilizing muscles around the ankles. These muscles are essential for keeping the body steady during weight shifts, something that happens every time we walk, turn the body, or take side steps. When this area becomes weak, steps become less controlled, the body tends to sway more, and small slips become much harder to correct. A study conducted by Johns Hopkins University in 2017 showed that reduced hip stability was directly related to an increased risk of falls in older adults. In other words, this exercise is not just for moving the body. It acts as real protection for your mobility and safety. Now, let's learn how to perform the movement. Stand behind a sturdy chair and hold the backrest for support. Keep your posture upright and your core slightly engaged. Then slowly take a small step to the side with one foot. There is no need to step too far. The movement should be short and controlled. After that, bring the other foot closer until it is aligned again. Pause briefly, stabilize your balance, and then repeat the movement to the other side. The pace is very important. Perform each step slowly and with control, taking about 2 seconds for each movement. Avoid rushing or using excessive momentum. Perform between 8 and 10 steps in each direction. That equals 1 set. This exercise helps the body respond better during lateral movements, reducing the risk of tripping and increasing your confidence while walking in different environments. With consistent practice, simple daily tasks become much more stable, safe, and comfortable. Complete 2 sets of this exercise. Ideally, practice it daily or at least 5 times per week. As you gain more confidence and stability, gradually reduce hand support. Start by holding the chair firmly, then use only one hand, and afterward only your fingertips. This progression is very important because it helps the body develop real movement control, not just muscle strength. It is exactly this control that helps prevent falls in everyday life. When this ability improves, you notice greater confidence while walking, turning your body, or changing direction quickly. Simple movements begin to feel more natural and less tiring. So far, we have already worked on 2 fundamental foundations, the strength to remain standing and the body's lateral stability. But now we arrive at an even more important exercise because it trains control, muscular reaction, and functional stability for real-life daily situations. And if you are enjoying this content so far, take the opportunity to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This helps other people over the age of 60 find this information and continue taking care of their health safely and effectively. In addition, new content about strengthening, mobility, and healthy aging is published regularly. Now, let's move on to the next level. Exercise number 3, sit to stand from a chair. This is one of the most important movements after the age of 60, although it is often ignored because it seems too simple. Many people think, if I can stand up from a chair, then I do not need to train this. However, clinically, this is actually one of the first physical abilities that begins to decline with aging. The main muscles involved are the quadriceps, located at the front of the thighs, and the gluteus maximus, the primary muscle of the hips. These muscles are responsible for lifting the body, sitting down with control, and maintaining an upright posture. You use these structures almost all the time, when getting out of bed, standing up from the couch, using the bathroom, or getting in and out of a car. Now imagine what happens when this movement begins to weaken. Little by little, you start using your hands more for support, take longer to stand up, and feel less stable in your balance. Over time, simple tasks begin to require assistance or constant support. A study conducted by the University of Cambridge in 2014 showed that poor performance in the sit-to-stand movement was strongly associated with loss of independence and an increased risk of falls in older adults. This shows that an apparently simple movement can have a huge impact on quality of life. Now, let's learn how to perform the exercise correctly. Sit on a sturdy chair. Keep your feet flat on the floor, approximately shoulder-width apart. Position your feet slightly backward, aligned under your knees. Keep your spine upright and your chest open. Then lean your torso slightly forward and slowly stand up using the strength of your legs. Ideally, it should take about 2 seconds to stand fully upright. After that, pause briefly for 1 second and slowly return to the chair over the course of 3 seconds. Avoid simply dropping into the chair when sitting down. Controlling the descent is one of the most important parts of the exercise. Start by performing between 6 and 8 repetitions for 2 sets per day. If necessary, use your hands lightly at the beginning. Gradually try to reduce this support as you gain strength and confidence. Doctors recommend this exercise because it works directly on functional independence. When this ability improves, basic tasks stop feeling difficult, and the body begins responding with greater speed, stability, and safety. Now let's move on to exercise number 4, heel raises to strengthen the calves. This exercise is often neglected because many people focus only on the legs and forget the lower portion. However, the calf muscles, the gastrocnemius and soleus, are extremely important. They control the push-off during walking and help the body react quickly when you lose your balance forward. When these muscles are weak, steps become shorter, walking becomes slower, and the ability to recover after tripping decreases significantly. A study conducted by Wake Forest University in 2018 showed that stronger calves were associated with better walking speed and a lower risk of falls in older adults. This means that strengthening this area not only improves mobility, but also increases safety while walking in any environment. In addition, strong calves help blood circulation in the legs, reduce the feeling of fatigue while walking, and improve endurance for everyday activities. Even though it is a simple exercise, its benefits can be extremely important for maintaining independence and confidence after the age of 60. That is why, even though it is a simple movement, it has a huge impact on mobility and safety after the age of 60. Now let's practice. Stand behind a sturdy chair and hold it for support. Keep your posture upright, your shoulders relaxed, and your core slightly engaged. Then slowly lift your heels off the floor, rising onto your toes. Take about 2 seconds to rise. When you reach the highest point, hold the position for 1 second. Then slowly lower your heels over the course of 3 seconds in a controlled manner. Avoid letting your feet drop quickly to the floor. Controlling the movement is what truly strengthens the muscles. Start by performing between 8 and 10 repetitions and complete 2 sets daily. As you gain strength and stability, try to rely less on your hands for support. Over time, you will be able to perform the exercise using only light support or even without support if you feel safe. Doctors and physical therapists recommend this movement because it directly improves walking strength, ankle stability, and the body's ability to react to sudden loss of balance. Now we have reached the final exercise, and perhaps the most important of all, because it combines strength, control, and movements that are part of real life. Exercise number 5, controlled step up. Many people underestimate this exercise because it looks like just a simple step. But in practice, it trains one of the most demanding everyday tasks, climbing stairs. The main muscles involved are the quadriceps, the gluteus maximus, and the hamstrings. These muscles work together to push the body upward with safety and stability. Now think about what happens when this ability begins to decline. Stairs start to feel difficult. You begin avoiding them. Your level of physical activity decreases, and, consequently, muscle loss accelerates even more. A study conducted by McMaster University in 2016 showed that exercises based on step climbing significantly improved muscle function and lower body mobility in adults over the age of 60. In other words, this exercise directly helps functional independence and the ability to move safely in everyday life. Let's learn how to perform it correctly. Use a low step or the first step of a staircase. Stand facing it and hold on to a handrail, wall, or sturdy support. Place one foot completely on the step. Now lean your body slightly forward and push through the front leg to step up. Then bring the other foot up until both feet are aligned. Take about 2 seconds to step up, then slowly step down, 1 foot at a time, controlling the movement for approximately 3 seconds. Start by doing between 6 and 8 repetitions for each leg. Ideally, perform 2 sets 3 to 5 times per week. As your strength increases, try to rely less on your hands for support. Over time, the movement will become more natural, stable, and secure. Specialists recommend this exercise because it directly improves real-life functional mobility. When this ability improves, you begin moving with greater freedom, avoid fewer activities, and maintain your independence for much longer. Now that we have learned the 5 exercises, it is important to understand that each one has a specific purpose. Every movement works on essential functions your body uses every day to walk, stand up, maintain balance, and protect itself against falls. And in the next step, we are going to put all of this together in a simple, practical, and easy-to-follow way at home. The goal is not to memorize complicated information. The real goal is to perform the movements correctly and stay consistent with the practice. So, let's review everything step by step. First exercise, single leg balance with support. You hold onto a chair, slightly lift one foot, and keep your body upright. Stay in this position for 10 to 15 seconds, and then switch sides. Repeat 4 to 6 times for each leg, once a day, gradually reducing hand support. This exercise strengthens balance, body control, and the ability to recover from loss of balance. Next comes the side step with support. You stand behind a chair, hold it for safety, take a side step, and bring your feet together again. Pause briefly and repeat to the other side. Everything should be done slowly and with control. Ideally, perform between 8 and 10 steps in each direction for 2 sets daily or on most days of the week. This exercise strengthens the body's lateral stability, which is essential for preventing trips and falls. Next, we have the sit-to-stand chair exercise. You sit with your feet flat on the floor, positioned slightly under your knees. Lean your body gently forward and stand up using the strength of your legs. Take 2 seconds to rise, pause briefly, and lower yourself slowly over 3 seconds. Repeat 6 to 8 times for 2 daily sets, gradually reducing the use of your hands. This movement directly strengthens your ability to stand up effortlessly and perform daily tasks with greater independence. Then come the heel raises. Stand up, hold onto a chair, and slowly lift your heels until you are standing on your toes. Take 2 seconds to rise, pause at the top, and 3 seconds to lower down. Perform between 8 and 10 repetitions for 2 sets every day. This exercise improves calf strength, walking stability, and the ability to react quickly to loss of balance. Finally, we have the step-up exercise. You use a low step or the first step of a staircase and perform the movement with full control. Take about 2 seconds to step up and 3 seconds to step down slowly. Ideally, do 6 repetitions for each leg in 2 sets, 3 to 5 times per week. As you gain strength and stability, you can slightly increase the height of the step, always respecting your body's limits and prioritizing safety. This exercise helps restore your ability to climb stairs, walk with greater freedom, and perform daily activities with much more independence. Now, here is the most important part of all of this. You do not need to do everything perfectly on the very first day. Start slowly. Perform simple movements. Respect your own pace. The secret is not intensity, but consistency. After the age of 60, strength does not mean lifting extremely heavy weights. Strength means maintaining control, control of your body, control of your movements, control of your independence. Over the years, many healthcare professionals noticed something very important. People who had difficulty standing up, walked with fear, or avoided stairs began to regain confidence and mobility not because they performed harder exercises, but because they started doing the right movements consistently. Small exercises performed daily can completely transform the way the body responds to movement. Balance improves, muscles become stronger, and simple activities stop feeling dangerous or exhausting. So now, I would like to ask you a simple question. Which of these exercises do you plan to start today? Share your answer in the comments, because your experience may encourage other people to begin this journey as well. Very often, a single message can motivate someone to take better care of their own health and regain confidence in their body. And if this content was helpful to you, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Here, we share simple, safe, and science-based guidance to help you stay strong, balanced, and independent for much longer. Remember, take it slow, move safely, and trust your body. It is still capable of improving and becoming stronger at any age. The most important thing is to keep moving, because every small step taken today represents more freedom, independence, and quality of life in the future.